What is going on, everyone? My name is Joseph Reynolds, and today joining me ahead of his next bout on Cage Warriors Dublin is Mr. Solomon Simon. Once again, happy to be joined by you again for the next fight coming up. How are you feeling for it, buddy?
Feeling good, solid. Felt like I've been off for a while. Last fight was in April, and I was like open to try get something in between then, but everything worked out. So I'm happy. Just buzzing for this one now.
100%. And as well, that's sort of one of the things I suppose that happens at pro. It's a bit harder to get matched so often and get those fights. But in terms of adjusting to that and then being in the position as well, already 2-0 in Cage Warriors signed with them, how does that sort of feel? And how has it been adjusting to that pro lifestyle in terms of the scheduling?
Yeah, I think the difference is that like it's not even necessarily getting matched, which is a bit of an issue as well, but like it's more of like you have to be a bit more strategic with your choices and like you can't just when I was back in the army days, I was just like I'll fight today, I'll fight tomorrow, I'll just keep fighting, fighting, fighting. But now you just have like it's a career, so you just have to plan your career accordingly, if you get me. And then, but yeah, I had like a few things with contracts and little things like that. So once all of that is cleared out, I think it should streamline from now on officially with Cage Warriors now. So everything like I don't have to stress too much about matches. It's just they give me a name and I'll just be like, okay, I'll take that one. So all good for now.
100%. And then as well, after the first fight, I don't believe there was a contract there in terms of fighting for them again. But was that something that you knew after that performance that you'd be signed again by Cage Warriors, or was it still something that even at that time you wasn't too sure about? And how does it feel to now officially be signed with the promotion as well?
After that fight, I wasn't being honest I wasn't even thinking of like getting signed or whatever because I still feel like fairly young starting out. Like as in that was only my second fight. So I was still trying to say, fuck it, I'll just try to get a few reps in. I was open to jump on a different card, just get a few more, build my own self up more. But obviously, like before performance, I was very happy with it, and I'm sure they were also happy with it as well. And it all worked out. And signed with Cage Warriors, that's literally there's other options out there, and I was like, Cage Wars is where I want to go because it lines up what I'm thinking for myself in the future. So now that I already officially signed with them, I have the next year to make a name, and yeah, get that title fairly soon. Looking at myself in the next year or so. So for now, I just want to start building, just taking off names all the way to the top.
No, 100%. And then as well, in terms of sort of being in there, being 2-0, still to some fans perhaps unknown. Obviously, Irish card, I'm sure there's more people that will know you going into it. But do you feel as though you made the statement in the last fight and then an opportunity to do it again with on paper another tougher opponent, the toughest one so far in your pro career? Would you say that these are the sort of moments that you sort of thrive under being able to perform in Dublin and really make that statement in front of the Irish fans?
For sure, for sure, for sure. And like that's exactly what I was saying. Like I still feel young in the career, should I say? Like and then now this fight now with Marco, like that, this is the fight I'm looking for. This is the sort of thing that pushes me up that extra level again, that actually makes me solidify myself in that division and be like, listen, yeah, I'm here for everyone in there. And like he's 3-0 now, solid guy finishing. I think he has two finishes in his pro career and then maybe a good few in his army side of things. So solid guy, which is that's the kind of people you need to be taken out to actually prove yourself in there. So buzzing to do that, doing it in Dublin again would be like an extra cherry on top. So now I'm buzzing for him. I'm just waiting to like make my statement again.
Yeah, and as well, obviously, you think about the arena that the fight's in as well. It's one of those that a lot of fighters at least once in the career will want to fight in. Obviously, getting to do that again, is it sort of a different feeling walking out in that venue and going to the cage? What are some of the sort of emotions the first time that you did it that sort of went through your mind in there?
Going in, surprisingly enough, I was a lot calmer than I thought I would be in my head because leading up to the fight, I was so well prepared mentally. I was so well prepared physically that I wasn't thinking too much on the outside. I could see the crowd, I could see all of that, but I was just focused in there. Once like they called my name and like my music started playing, I just felt at home and it was just walk into the cage and do what I need to do, blocked out everything else. And after the fight, then like when I got on the cage and then saw my family and things, then it came in a bit more. But from the point of the walkout to that, like I was just blank. I'll be honest with you, I was just more tunnel vision on where I was going. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was a great feeling. And then having this one now is in the RDS, and it will be also another moment as well to like just embrace it and not let the outside noise get involved too much, but at the same time accept the moments for what it is.
No, 100%. And then as well, you mentioned earlier on in terms of the road to the Cage Warriors title, you mentioned the timeline, but as well to also look at the names that have held that belt, especially in the division you're competing in as well, and just to sort of be in the same category as those fighters, as a champion of Cage Warriors, knowing just the pathway to the UFC that it holds as well. What would it sort of mean to have that belt, and how does it also feel knowing that the journey isn't really too far away if you look at it that far ahead?
Yeah, no, it's unbelievable. Like you know yourself, like the names of that belt, even the names Cage Warriors have produced themselves, like is unbelievable. You could see where their career went straight after that. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to just do this part time or whatever it is. Like I'm just aiming to go as high as I can. Like and whatever happens along the way, I'm not too stressed on it. But my vision is that far ahead. And along the way, I'm just looking to take names to prove to myself and like to obviously prove to the world, but mainly prove to myself that I am who I say I am. And once I've done that, like I'll be happy, and I'm gonna take on every challenge there is just to do that. Because if I know if I take that belt, like I'll be super proud of what I've achieved, and then I know what's next after that, and then going on to take higher challenges again. But so far, that's the timeline I'm looking at. That's where I'm looking to go because I want to be among those names. I want to be talked about like, yes, he did that kind of thing. So, but that's a while away still. We have like the next few months, every fight one at a time until we get there, and every challenge is going to be a challenge because that's why the belt is so prestigious as it is because you don't get there easily, and this is the first test for me to get there, and I'm just going to keep knocking it off, and then make my name.
100%. And then as well, obviously, in terms of mention there, you're focused on this fight. It's not something that you're really looking past. But how is it sort of staying grounded? Obviously, it's a big opportunity. It's a great platform to be on. But has it been tough to sort of stay grounded and not look far ahead? Or how has that sort of been just sort of processing all the new things that are happening?
I I've looked at myself, like I've planned myself for the next like 5 years, let's say, right? But like so I have a direction on where I want to go, right? So I'm not as distracted. I don't get distracted with the outside, like because a lot of things is gonna come in along the way to try to pull you off the path. So my vision, I've like, okay, this is what I want to do. Anything could change in between that, but having that goal or having that direction that I'm going to, I've like put on GPS. This is where I'm getting to. So I'm just I'm going towards that side, and that's where my focus is coming from. So I know what I'm gonna do. So every decision I need to make does it lead me towards where I'm going, then that's how I stay grounded. That's how I stay composed, or that's how I stay focused on the task I'm looking for. Because I know where I want to go to. Like obviously things could move, things could change along the way, but since I have a rough direction of where I'm going, it's a lot easier to stay focused. It's a lot easier to stay grounded because I know where I want to go to, and I just have to put in the work to get to that direction. And it takes work to get there, which is what's exciting about it.
Yeah, 100%. And then as well, obviously, you've even got the logo there on the hoodie wearing the Team Rhino Waterford and having the team there, obviously, speaking to your brother, some Simon, obviously, knowing how close of a team that it is and having them there in your corner for pretty much every fight as well throughout your career so far. What has it been like to have them there and be able to progress alongside your brother as well as just the team as well?
It's like this sport, like so you get into that cage on your own, right? But like the work, the most time you spend building up is with the team. Like we're out there, like in Waterford, have been there for time now, like been building with the team over there. My brother, obviously, like he was out for a while, came back, and like just been pushing each other for a long time. And then up in Dublin as well, like Team Rhino HQ, been getting serious work in with them. And like I just have a family, like I feel connected to the Team Rhino crew like up in Dublin, up in Waterford, even there's Tim Rhino and Kilkenny. There's so much like we're like a family, and just having that bond and so many different brains to pick apart. I'm like, what should I do in this case? What should I do in that place? I have so many people to ask questions to, which makes I feel like it just makes it so much easier for me because I don't have to think too much. I just okay, what do you think? What do you think of this? What do you think of that? Or it's great. It's amazing because it makes me feel confident going in there because I know I have like a solid crew behind me, and all I have to do is just do my part when I get it. They push me outside of the cage, and then I go into the cage and just do the work that we've been putting in before that.
Definitely. And then also just sort of looking back at this fight, and then you talked about the opponent earlier on, but in terms of what you're looking to showcase in this fight and how you sort of see it playing out a little bit, what does that sort of strategy look like?
Marco is strong. I think it's a brown belt, strong grappler. Like you could see that in a lot of his finishes, rear naked chokes, things like that. Like pretty good entries on his double legs and things like that. He knows where he wants to get to, and like I would think he would also assume his best path to victory would be trying to get me down, and which would be a difficult task for him to do. And that's where I see once it fails at that a couple of times, I could see him breaking mentally, and then I just start picking up my pace. And the thing with me is I don't feel as his striking is pretty decent. I'm not gonna say he's not like his striking is pretty good. Like it's just I feel I have a lot more too in the bag than he does. I could strike with you, I could wrestle with you, I could grapple with you, I could do all of it. And this is just purely from practicing it from the last all my career. I did kickboxing for a while, did MMA about 18 fights, did boxing as well. Like I've tested myself in so many different arenas. I go into grapple industry is going to grappling competition, jumping up to the black belt division just to test myself against all of those kind of people because I do not want any holes in my game. And I don't think I have any holes in my game. Obviously, I'm going to keep developing, but I have too much. I have too many ways to take the fight on. I have too many places where I could take the fight and dominate in the fight. So it's really what it gives me at the end of the night. I have a rough plan on what I want to do, but I think if he tries to take me down, he's going to be in for a long night after that because it's not going to be an easy work for him. And he's going to gas himself out doing that to the point whereby I just take over. And then when I get on top of him as well, like that's where the last two fights finish. Like if I get on top of you, you're fucked. But if we're going to stay standing, like we'll just piece you apart on the feet as well. Take your legs out, take your face out. It's just, there's too many options. If I want to push you to the cage, I'll take you to the cage and finish you there. Like I feel way too confident there because I just know the work I've been putting in. I know people that I've been moving with. I know the people that I've been working with. I know everything to the point whereby I just don't see where it can beat me that I haven't been put there before.
Most definitely. And then as well, obviously, we're still some time away from the fight. I believe it being in 16th of October. But obviously, when you are this sort of distance away from fight, is this where everything really starts to ramp up in terms of moving towards this fight? Or I know obviously stay active pretty much year round, regardless. But is this really where the camp really starts to just push up for yourself?
Yeah, just up in the pace. Like it's a lot more focused in regards to like what we're planning on doing, and then it's just up in the pace because really the skill wise, like I have to sharpen the tools, sharpen like what tools that we're planning on using for the guy, and then it's just get the cardio up, just keep working and working and working because a fight like the skill is there all day, but like no matter what, once you get tired, like that's where you start to falter. So that's what we're doing. That's what the camp is for, just to build up that gas tank, keep on putting layers and layers on top of it. Because so then when the third round comes in, I'm still as fresh as I was in the first round, still picking you off, still taking off every little part of you. So yeah, now the work is ramped up a lot more now and excited. It's tough, but that's the job, isn't it? That's what you have to do.
Most definitely. And then just a final thing for myself is obviously another big fight for yourself. I'm looking to go 3-0 as a pro, but come find out if there's still people that haven't yet seen Solomon Simon inside the cage, what is it they can expect to see come fight night?
They could expect a clean, methodical fighter. Like I'm not gonna say I'm a striker, I'm a grappler, I'm a this. I'm just going in there to look at you and like take the first few minutes just to get an idea of what you're gonna do, and then once I have you, like I will break you down. Like I will take you out physically and mentally. Like the biggest part is I want to chop. I want to put you in a position whereby you don't know what you don't your mind is completely broken. You don't know what to do anymore. You're out of answers for all the questions I'm going to give to you, and then I'm going to make it look very very bloody. That's all I'm looking for. Once I could get you to the place I want to get you to, I'm planning on hurting you, and I'm just excited to let that happen.
100%. Well, that is everything from myself. If you would like to take a chance at your sponsors, teammates, anything like that, obviously feel free to go ahead.
Yeah, like my team first of all, like Tim Rhino up in Dublin, Tim Rhino in Waterford, and like those are my core. And then we have Camparo as well, where I would do my jiu-jitsu, and also in Tim Rhino as well. But like sponsors by Elite Recovery, got my strength and conditioning coach as well, uh Alpha, Alpha, Alpha Fitness, and then we have uh Joe's barbers as well. Like I could make a list, but I don't want to end up losing out a few. But if everyone that's been supporting me so far, I thank them and I'll do them proud.
Most definitely. Well, I really appreciate your time today. As always, a pleasure to speak to yourself. Obviously, big fight
Cheers.
coming up. Cage Warriors Dublin. Appreciate your time, buddy. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.